Someone from the White House put something on social media that made everyone go crazy. What does Shiba Inu have to do with it, though? That's what this video is all about if you're interested. Watch this video all the way through because I'll explain everything. Let's start right away. Nota bene. Twitter, the official ex-wife of the White House, recently posted, "We learned this week that there was no monthly inflation in October and that the economy grew by more than 5% in the last quarter. Inflation is going down because of Bidenomics, and the economy is rising from the middle out and the bottom up. You should already know that inflation is the rate at which prices for goods and services are going up overall. Over time, this makes money worth less. People may find that the same amount of money doesn't buy as many things as it did in the past when there is inflation. Now things start to get interesting. Does anyone remember the tweet from the White House that said inflation was 0 in October? It looks like the message isn't what it seems to be. And if you've been on Twitter for a while, you should know about Community Notes, a new tool that just came out. Community Notes lets people on X work together to add helpful notes to posts that might be confusing in order to make the world a better place to live. There are people on X like you who sign up to write notes and rate them. Additionally, the program gets better as more people take part. In other words, people can stop a Twitter post from spreading false information if it is true. This is exactly what took place. In this sentence, Post is talking about the PCE measure percent change from the month before. Personal consumption expenditures is what PCE stands for. Economists and lawmakers use it to figure out how busy the economy is by seeing how much money people spend on goods and services over a certain time period. Let's say you have some cash and want to buy some clothes, food, or electronics. Your personal consumption expenses are the sum of the amounts you spend on these things. When we look at how much the whole country spends, not just one person, we can see how much everyone is helping the business by buying things. So when you hear about PCE in the news or in economics class, this is how economists figure out how well the economy is doing. But it's interesting to note that inflation is usually measured once a year, so the PCE rate is very wrong. CPI, which stands for Consumer Price Index, is a more popular way to talk about inflation. It shows that inflation is 3.2% per year. It looks like a big shopping cart full of daily things that people buy, like food, clothes, and tools. This number tells the government how much these prices have changed over time. This is where things get interesting. Personal consumption expenditures, PCE, also looks at what people buy, but it does so for a wider range of goods and services. PCE takes into account all types of buying, not just the things that stay the same in the CPI shopping cart. So why might PCE be hard? Let's say you buy an ice cream cone every day, and the cost of that ice cream goes up. That's what the CPI would show, but the PCE could say that people are spending more on more than just ice cream. PCE is a bit more adaptable in this way, but it might miss important price changes for some things that people care about. Anyway, without going into too much detail, one of the most noticeable effects right away is less money to spend. People may need more money to keep up the same level of living as before when prices go up. This then changes how people choose to spend, save, and trade their money. When the government needs cash, the amount of money in circulation can go up. It's sometimes done by printing money out of thin air, but most of the time, it's done electronically instead of by making more bills. People tend to spend more when they have more money. Prices can rise, which is called inflation, if the production of goods and services doesn't keep up with the extra money being spent. To put it simply, making more money without also making more things and services available can lead to inflation. Just like Shiba Inu, other cryptocurrencies come into play in this case. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Shiba Inu use decentralized blockchain technology, which means they are not run by a government or other central body. Because cryptocurrencies are decentralized, they don't work with government banks. This could give people some financial freedom during times of economic uncertainty. Users can be sure that the protocol's rules won't change for no reason. This makes people less worried about the possibility that central banks will change the money supply for political or economic reasons. In contrast, Shiba Inu and other cryptocurrencies can have their values affected by changes in the overall economy. For example, inflation, market sentiment, new rules, and macroeconomic trends can all have an effect on coin prices. Some people think that cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Shiba Inu can protect you from inflation because they don't have an unlimited supply. This means that the value of a cryptocurrency doesn't go down when the supply goes up quickly. Traditional currencies, like the US dollar, can be printed in big amounts by central banks, but cryptocurrencies have a fixed supply, possibly putting pressure on prices to rise. You might be thinking, though, why I'm talking about Shiba Inu when I could be talking about any other cryptocurrency. It would make more sense if I were talking about Bitcoin, which is the biggest cryptocurrency out there, but why Shiba Inu in particular? You might be shocked by the answer. For example, there are only 21 million Bitcoin coins available at any given time. This lack of supply is built into the protocol and is meant to look like the lack of gold and other valuable metals. Due to the way it works with tokens and supplies, Shiba Inu also has a